Some of the trendiest smartphone launches in 2019 happened to cost less than 10,000 rupees. From the Samsung Galaxy M20 launched in January this year to the Realme 5 that launched just 2 months ago, there have been lots of interesting new options promising good features and performance. So if you don't want to spend too much money, keep watching because we have compiled a list of the best smartphones available in India right now for less than 10,000 rupees. But before we go ahead, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and hit that bell icon so you know when we post a new video. Now let's get started. We start this list with the Realme 5, which is one of the latest camera-focused smartphones from the Chinese smartphone maker. The size of this smartphone might make one-handed usage a bit cumbersome for some people, but the performance on offer is good with no issues in day-to-day usage. Also, the Realme 5 boasts of a quad camera setup for less than 10,000 rupees, making it an interesting proposition. The primary camera on the smartphone takes pleasing landscape photos, but detail in distant objects isn't great. Wide-angle shots have less detail too, but allow for interesting perspectives. The Realme 5 really shines when taking close-ups though. Also, the smartphone dominated our HD video loop test and lasted for a solid 22 hours and 31 minutes, which is the best in this price segment. Realme offers the smartphone in 3 different variants in India: 3GB RAM with 32GB storage, 4GB RAM with 64GB storage, and 4GB RAM with 128GB storage. Only the first 2 variants of the smartphone are available for purchase under 10,000 rupees. It's no surprise that Xiaomi knows how to make good budget phones, and the Redmi 7 is one such model. It still offers good performance and battery life, making it one of our picks on this list. The Redmi 7 offers decent performance, but we did encounter minor lag at times. The display is a little too reflective, but video and games do look good. Colors and viewing angles are also fine. Battery life is impressive and the phone lasted for 17 hours and 9 minutes in our HD video loop test. Camera performance is satisfactory with images taken in bright sunlight exhibiting sharp focus and subtle details. The phone also handles exposure well, though we would have liked more vibrant colors. The Redmi 7 is offered in 2 variants in India: 2GB RAM and 3GB RAM, both of which come with 32GB of inbuilt storage. Both variants are available for less than 10,000 rupees, so in this case we'd recommend you to go for the 3GB RAM variant of this smartphone for a better overall experience. Samsung introduced its India first Galaxy M series this year to target online smartphone buyers. As we saw, the Galaxy M series has found favor not only with reviewers but also consumers. The Samsung Galaxy M20 offers a decent experience and we didn't have any trouble using this phone for day-to-day tasks. The display is bright and crisp with good viewing angles. However, the Galaxy M20 disappoints on the camera front. The photos we captured lacked realistic textures and finer details. On the positive side, all our shots were in focus and colors were fairly vibrant. The Galaxy M20 lasted 12 hours and 53 minutes in our HD video loop test, which isn't too bad, but we were even more impressed with the phone's real-life battery performance. Samsung offers the Galaxy M20 in 2 variants in India: 3GB RAM with 32GB storage and 4GB RAM with 64GB storage. You can buy the 3GB RAM variant of the smartphone for less than 10,000 rupees. The Nokia 5.1 Plus was launched in India over a year ago, but it still looks good in pretty much all areas. Yes, the cameras might not be that great, but they still offer decent performance. In our review, we appreciated the good design of the Nokia 5.1 Plus along with its display quality. While the HD Plus resolution might be too low for some, the display itself is not bad by any means. This phone delivers good performance for day-to-day tasks. Its rear cameras capture good detail in landscape shots, but they don't always get the exposure right even with auto HDR. In low light situations, focusing was slower and landscape suffered a bit. This phone's battery life is an advantage and it went for 14 hours and 36 minutes in our HD video loop test. HMD Global offers 2 variants of the Nokia 5.1 Plus in India, which includes 3GB RAM with 32GB storage and 4GB RAM with 64GB storage. You can buy the 3GB RAM variant of the smartphone for less than 10,000 rupees. The Redmi Note 7S is similar to the Redmi Note 7 but offers a 48MP Samsung ISOCELL GM1 sensor for its primary camera. In our review, we found the Redmi Note 7S to be a capable smartphone that can handle day-to-day tasks with ease. It shares much of its design with the other Redmi Note 7 series smartphones and feels premium. However, it is a fingerprint magnet. The Redmi Note 7S also delivers good battery performance and it ran for 13 hours and 17 minutes in our HD video loop test. The dual camera setup on the back of the smartphone lets you take decent photos with good color reproduction. Low light imaging performance is also decent, but we were able to spot fine grain in the captured shots. Xiaomi sells two variants of the Redmi Note 7S in India, which includes 3GB RAM with 32GB storage and 4GB RAM with 64GB of storage. You can buy the 3GB RAM variant of this smartphone for just under 10,000 rupees. The Realme U1 is almost a year old since its launch in the country, but it is still worth considering for anyone looking to buy a smartphone for under 10,000 rupees. And while this smartphone impressed us in pretty much every aspect, its cameras tell a different story. The rear cameras on the smartphone let you take good photos in decent light but struggle in situations with low light. The autofocus is also not the quickest. The 25MP selfie shooter is one of the highlights of the smartphone and captures detailed selfies with good colors. However, like the rear cameras, it also performs poorly in darker situations. The Realme U1 manages to get through day-to-day tasks without issues and even some games perform well. Battery life is another positive for the phone and it lasted 14 hours and 56 minutes in our HD video loop test. Realme sells three variants of the U1 in the country: 3GB RAM with 32GB storage, 3GB RAM with 64GB storage and 4GB RAM with 64GB storage. You can find both the 3GB RAM variants selling for less than 10,000 rupees. Xiaomi's recently launched Redmi Note 8 is a decent option for anyone looking to buy a new smartphone for under 10,000 rupees. While the smartphone looks relatively simple, it does pack a crisp Full HD Plus screen that is bright enough for outdoor use and is also good for entertainment. In our review, we found the Redmi Note 8 to be a decent performer that ran without any hiccups. The phone also offers a decent battery performance and can easily get through the day. It ran for 13 hours and 10 minutes in our HD video loop test. In terms of cameras, Redmi Note 8 takes impressive photos and we were able to capture crisp and bright shots with very good detail. Xiaomi offers two variants of the Redmi Note 8 in the country: 4GB RAM with 64GB storage and 6GB RAM with 128GB of storage. The lower end variant is available in this price bracket. Samsung released two variants of the Galaxy M30 earlier this year, one with 4GB of RAM and the other with 6GB of RAM, and neither of them cost less than 10,000 rupees. However, Samsung recently launched a 3GB RAM variant of the smartphone in the country, so now we have an option within our budget. This smartphone impressed us in our review with its crisp Super AMOLED display and solid battery life. The phone lasted 19 hours and 23 minutes in our HD video loop test. Day-to-day performance was decent with no lag or stuttering. Having said that, we reviewed the 4GB RAM variant of the smartphone, so there might be some difference in the performance of this 3GB RAM variant. This is also why this phone is not one of our main picks. Moving on, the Samsung Galaxy M30 takes sharp photos with good detail in daylight and average shots in low light situations. Photos did not have much noise, but there was fine grain. As stated, you can only buy the 3GB RAM variant of the smartphone in this budget. The Motorola One Macro could be a decent option for anyone looking to buy a stock Android smartphone. But do note that this phone is not a part of the Android One program like the other Motorola One series smartphones, but it does come with a clean version of Android. In our review, the phone ran smoothly without any stuttering or lag, and even the multitasking experience was good. It also offers great battery life and ran for 17 hours and 30 minutes in our HD video loop test. Photos taken with the Motorola One macro came out average and distant objects lacked detail in our review. As the name suggests, the macro camera is one of the highlights of the smartphone and it did take good macro shots with more detail than the primary shooter. Motorola only sells the One macro in a single configuration in the country, which is 4GB of RAM with 64GB of inbuilt storage. And that was our list of the best smartphones that you can buy in India right now for less than 10,000 rupees. Hit the like button if you found it helpful and share this video with others. Thanks for watching, and for all things tech, log on to gadgets360.com.